back to my channel. So for today's video, I decided to do a makeup routine updated. I have like a couple in the past, but this is just like an updated version since it's been a year since I uploaded my last makeup tutorial. By the way, every item used, I'll try to link it down below, so definitely if you're interested in that item. Most of the items that I use are drugstore, except for my eyebrows. It comes from Sephora, so I'll definitely leave a link where you can find these items down in the description box below. But without further ado, let's get on started. Primer, I'll be using the e.l.f. Oil Control Primer Mist. It comes in a little mist, and I like this better than the other primers. And then before I open my eyes, since I've had this in my eyes and burns, I just like to blow on it with my hands, and then taking a beauty sponge and then making sure that the product sets in to my skin. So the next step is for foundation, and I just got these two. One's a foundation and one's a BB cream. This one is the Maybelline Super Stay Full Coverage foundation, and the next one is a BB cream, and both of them are in the shade 110. I just mix it because I feel like it has a little bit more better coverage, but you definitely don't have to mix it. To mix it, I just grab the back of my hand and I just apply about that much foundation, and then I put the lid back so it doesn't get everywhere, and then I put just a little bit of the BB cream like that. As you can see, the foundation is a little bit lighter than the BB cream, and I just mix with my finger. After mixing with my fingers, there we go, I just take the foundation and just apply it everywhere. And be careful not to get it all over your eyelid area, like right over there. And then whatever I have left, I take my beauty sponge and just do that. So the next step is concealer, and I just take the Maybelline Super Stay Concealer in the shade Ivory, in 05, and I just apply this everywhere that I need it, focusing on my under bags, putting like a little highlight, and then I'm going to be taking the beauty blender and blending it. So the next step is to set my entire face, and to set my face, I use the Maybelline Fit Me powder. And I just use the shade number 10. So the next step that I do is I contour my face, and I use the Wet n Wild contouring palette, and I use the Dulce de Leche, and I just follow the picture in the back. It's very useful. It tells you where to put your contour and then your highlight. This is the highlight shade, and this is the contouring shade. So the next step I take is I take the Blush and Bronze palette by Profusion, and I go ahead and open it up and use this shade right here. It comes with a highlight and blushes, but I go ahead and use this on my cheeks, so it adds a little bit more color, but I do it very lightly so it's not that noticeable. And then to add a little bit more color, I do it right here. You might want to take a smaller brush, but this doesn't add too much color to your face. It's just a very light powder. So for blush, I just used two different blushes. The first blush that I use is the Precision formula, and then the second blush that I use is the Profusion Bronze by Profusion. And then for this one, I just used the pink and the orange shade to add a little bit more color to my face, and I just apply this right here into my nose area. Since my blush is a little bit on the intense side, I just take the Makeup Mist and a clean beauty blender. And then I won't open my eyes because this hurts when it's in your eyes. Okay, there we go. And then I just blend in blush, and then it just makes it a little bit less pink. And then I do this before the highlighter, so the highlighter picks up a little bit more. So for brows, I would normally do a pencil, and I use the Maybelline Total Temptation in the shade 310, which is medium brown. And then since I ran out, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Dipbrow in the shade medium brown, and I'm just going to take the pencil and then brush out, and then I slightly have a little product left over, and I'm just going to trace my eyebrows. And then I'm going to be using an angle brush to make sure that my eyebrows are nicely done and not too much, because with the dip brow you want to be careful not to add too much product. To take this eyelash curler and curl my lashes. So for mascara, I just like using two different types of mascara, one for my top lashes and then one for my bottom lashes, because this one has a big one and then this one has a small one. And the big one is by Maybelline Rocket Volume Mascara, and then it's waterproof. And then this one, I know it's L'Oreal, but I don't know what type since the name has been removed. So the second to last step that I like using is highlighter. I always put this last after everything to ensure that the highlighter does not disappear throughout my makeup. And the highlighter that I use is the Kylie Jenner's Santonis. I'm probably so pronouncing it wrong, but I'll probably link that highlighter down below in case you like it. This highlighter is super bright and pigmented, so it's one of my favorite highlighters. So the second to last step of my makeup routine is I apply bliss sticks, but before I apply bliss sticks, I like to take whatever I have left on my lips and take it off with a makeup wipe. That is it for this week's video, and if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I'll see you guys next week. Good damn bye.